I'm Bill Merrill from Windham, New Hampshire, and you're watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
Hi guys, this is Mr. Tranquilo, and you are watching the Astute Tourist Channel. Enjoy it.
Good afternoon, I'm Doug. I'm here with the Astute Tourist. Fun to be with, fun to hang out, gonna be a great day.
This is Scott Roby from Jamaica Plain, Massachusetts, and you're watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
I'm Nancy Saulnier of Lake Alfred, Florida, and you're watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
Hi everyone, I'm Jen, aka Jen.Cohen. You're watching the Astute Tourist Channel here on YouTube.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Good morning, TGIF. It is Friday, January 19th. I hope you're all doing fantastic. We made it. We made it to the end of the week. How's everybody doing? I hope you've had a good evening. I had a fantastic evening. I had a last-minute invite to be a co-host on somebody that we all know and love. On his channel last night. And if you caught the show, I had a blast. We played some games and had a bunch of laughs. We had a cocktail. It was fantastic. So I've invited this particular person to come back with me and co-host with me this morning. So without further ado, Mr. Scott Walling is here from Controversial Cruising. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jimmy. How are we doing
How are
this morning?
You doing well this morning?
I am too as well. I have my my cup of Joe here, nice and warm.
Fantastic. Let's do that right out of the great gate. Good morning, everybody. Best sip of the day. Cheers.
Cheers. Best sip of the day.
I want to thank you again for inviting me up last night. That was so much fun. I had a great time.
It really was. It really was. We we've been talking about wanting to do a live for a while. And, I saw the opportunity. It's one of those lives where we just kind of come up, we do some trivia, we have some fun, we kind of fly by the seat of our pants, and it's kind of the end of the week, kind of like a wind down. So, again, thank you for such short notice for coming up and being such a great co-host.
Well, I'm glad that I had the time to do it. When you had sent me the message, I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, so I'm going through my mental list of things I have to do after work, and I'm like, I can fit that in. I definitely have time. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I look forward to doing it again. But it was just kind of off the cuff last night. I'm like, hey, you want to come up in the morning? And you were like, yeah, I'd love to do that. So,
yeah, I actually had to get up early because I'm actually moving today. I'm moving some of all of my things from one location here in Phoenix, and I'm moving actually to Scottsdale, a little bit closer to one of my jobs. So yeah,
Scottsdale. I've been out there. My aunt lived there, and it's a nice little town there.
Oh,
not little, but it's a nice town.
Yes.
And we had friends that lived in Fountain Hills, Arizona.
Oh yeah, not too far. Not too far. A little bit further north from Scottsdale, but beautiful area, Fountain Hills.
Yeah, that was a nice place there. So, Arizona's a nice state, man. You're a long drive from the ocean, though.
I am. I know, and that's the one thing too. My parents said when I was talking about moving out here originally to Scottsdale, Phoenix area, my dad said, "You love cruising. You sure you really want to go to a landlocked state?" And I thought about it for a little while, and I was like, "Well, LA's only like a 4.5 hour drive, and I have no problem getting on a plane." So I said, "Yeah, let's try it out for a few years." And now here I am. 5.5 years later in Arizona. And I've been on a lot more cruises, I could say, in Arizona, not in Arizona, since I've been living in Arizona.
Right.
Then I guess the last couple of years I was in New York. So, and I was all surrounded by water when I was in New York. So, you know.
What's yeah, right. I'm probably 30-minute drive to the ocean. Right
so
here, about 40 minutes north of Boston. I'm about 4.5 hours to New York City. So
Okay.
like you for LA, same for me for New York City. So let's go over to the chat. I'm going to do something different. Start at the bottom of the chat and we'll work our way backwards. So Joe Hupp is in the house. Joe, do you know Joe?
I do from your
seen
show.
him in the chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So good morning, Joe, to you. How are you, my friend? He says he has a friend that lives in Wenatchee, Washington.
Ooh.
Gavin is here from the Guitar Professionals. Good morning. This may be difficult here. Mr. T is here.
Mr.
He likes
T.
cruising. Yeah, he sails. He's a sailor. Paul Zilla's here. Hey, Paul, you got up early. You're awake early. He was saying last night that it was good to see me. Something I'll paraphrase, but good to see me up at regular hours or something like that. Are you cruising for a bruising? We got to start at the top. I can't go backwards. It's just driving me crazy. All right, Sharon is here. Good morning, Sharon. I hope you're doing well. How's that electric blanket going? They've had some crazy cold weather down there.
Oh yeah, I know.
Hey, Controversial Cruising is in.
I know that guy.
We have someone else in the house. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday with friends. Let's not leave him hanging. There's Kenny. Let me see if I can.
Howdy, y'all.
Hi, Kenny.
Kenny.
There we go. That's better.
Hey. Hey, Scott. How are you? How are you, Scott?
Good. I'm doing good. How about you, Kenny?
Doing all right.
Good.
Scott's hanging with us this morning, Kenny.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch the replay from where you two were co-hosting last night.
Last night, yeah, trivia.
Yeah, it was a fun show, Kenny. You got to go back and check it out. It was a lot of fun.
I was actually on Michael Ian's live stream at the same time, so
gotcha.
So that
you
was.
Know, Kenny, you're good at multitasking, but you're not that good. You can't split yourself and be in two lives at the same time.
It can be quite hard, though. Streaming one from your computer, streaming one from your phone.
Yeah.
So. He is the king of multitasking.
I have been in multiple streams at one time.
Yes, he's very good at it. All right, so we're going through the chat right now real quick, Kenny. So we're saying hi to some folks. We said hi to Sharon and Joe. Shirley from Glitter World is here. Good morning, Shirley. I was actually chatting with Jonesy yesterday. He was doing a live, and there's a gentleman called Al on my back step or something is the name of his channel. And he's from Newfoundland as well. I forget where exactly he said, but he's one of your compatriots there. So, and then I said, Wakey, you're listening to Dragging Me Down by the band Jack.
That was a good song.
Yeah, that's I've been playing some of my original music. So Ross from Orange Cone Vlog is here. Yeah, so that's one of the bands I was in, Scott, back in when I was a younger man.
Love that.
And I could hang. Now I can't hang very long. Mr. T, Mr. Tranquilla was here. Good morning to you, my friend. It's good to see you. Like we said, Paul Zilla is here. Jimmy, check out the band called Ghost Signs Band. All right, I'll write that down. Ghost Signs Band. Scott, let's do this. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your channel for those of you that don't know Scott? Tell us what your channel's about.
Yeah. So Controversial Cruising. I have a cruising channel, and simply Controversial Cruising means that you can have a view about cruising. I can have a view about cruising, and we can still enjoy the love of cruising together. There's so many ways you can go and enjoy cruising. It is a vacation. Jimmy could go on the ship and enjoy the ports. I could go on the ship and just enjoy the sea days. And we can still end up at dinner together and share what we did during the day. And that's simply what Controversial Cruising means, showing you many different angles of cruising and how to enjoy it.
So Scott, how long have you had the channel?
I have had the channel since March of 2023 after coming back from the Carnival Sunshine and realizing I probably should have started about 5 years ago. because I've
So you're relatively new then as a content creator,
yes,
as far as YouTube goes,
as far as
but you're not new to cruising.
no, no.
So how long
So
have you been cruising?
I've been cruising. It started as a family vacation every year since probably I think it was 3 when I was on my very first ship, which
Oh,
was actually
wow.
the SS Seabreeze, which is no longer in service. It was of the Dolphin line. So
No, I
that's how
got
long
you.
ago I started cruising. And this upcoming cruise, which I will be going on in about a week, going on the new Carnival Jubilee, I believe, if I'm correct, that will be cruise 39 all time, 38 or 39. So,
Wow.
Damn. You are a veteran cruiser.
mostly Carnival. I will say, the parents when it was a family vacation, they got to choose a lot. So we went on a lot of SSC Breeze. We went on a lot of Princess. I've been on Holland America, Royal, Norwegian. But as after getting of age and being able to do it with myself and friends, I kind of gravitated towards Carnival. I also have a really good friend who works on Carnival as a bartender. I go and visit him on contract. So wherever he's contracted, I usually fly in at least once or twice a year to visit him. And then I'll cruise with my uncle and I'll cruise with some other friends and people that have some really good casino deals that invite me along and say, hey, do you want to tag along on $100 room to X, Y, and Z? I think I have the PTO.
Yeah, I think I can do that. Right. I watched one of the videos when you went to Alaska.
Yes.
And you guys went to what, Walmart or something?
Yes.
Which is
That
kind of
was
strange to see.
very strange. And
Yeah.
honestly, ironically enough, I took that video to show exactly the importance of Walmart, especially in Alaska there, because the crew, and not just the Carnival crew, all of the crew members that actually come through that port, most of them will actually go to that Walmart to get snacks for themselves, to get drinks for themselves, to get laundry detergent, to get, things to kind of live, as guests on a ship. Those things are taken care of, most of them anyway, for us. Whereas when you're working on a ship like that, you have to go out and actually get those things. Your room doesn't get cleaned, your laundry doesn't get done unless you do it. Plus, working, you also have to find time to do your own things. So they'll go to Walmart and get their own things. And surprisingly enough, we actually had on that trip, I think I mentioned it in the beginning of the vlog, but we actually had, I think, a set of 2 different passengers going just to get a new pack of 12 cans of either Coke or Cherry Coke or something that you couldn't get on Carnival to bring it back on the ship.
Yeah, imagine. And they're out there. They can be cruising for, I don't mean without coming in a port, but working on the ship for an extended amount of time, right?
Mhm.
6 months, 8 months, whatever it is.
Yep.
I don't know. But yeah, I can imagine. You must get homesick for things that you can't get on the ship. And one thing that, we really think about when we're cruising is all the people behind the scenes that make it happen.
Mhm.
When we're getting, like you said, when we're getting treated to fancy meals and people are waiting on you hand and foot and making your bed, there's actual people that are doing that, and we rarely think about them. So those are the ones that really, the captain and the officers and all that, they're the smart ones that learned all about seafaring and that. But it takes like I would say like a city of people to run that ship, or a ship for that matter.
Absolutely. And one of my favorite things to do too, when I go and see him, and then usually I surprise him, but sometimes I'll ask him. He's of Indian descent, so I know, especially even at Walmart or some of the places that he'll be able to go to, he won't be able to find those Indian snacks. We have a bunch of Indian stores here in Phoenix, so I'll go and I'll get him some of the Indian snacks and candies and things like that, and I'll bring them on the ship because it kind of like brings that little piece of like home where you can kind of feel like, oh, this is what I would get at home.
Right.
And I do that for other friends that I have made on ships through him as well. I have one friend that I'm actually going to see at the Alchemy Bar on the Jubilee, and he started collecting shot glasses from America because he's from, I believe he's from Czechoslovakia, I believe.
Okay.
But told me he started a U.S. collection of shot glasses. He said, I would just love if you brought me a shot glass from wherever you are and wherever your plane lands into in Texas because I don't have one from Texas yet.
Gotcha.
No problem. Easy. I said, oh my God, you're the best.
That's perfect. It's the little things like that, right?
It's just the little things. Yeah.
So Joe's asking, Scott, and you don't have to answer. You can if you want. How old are you?
I am the ripe age. Get ready for this one, guys. I know you're not going to believe me, but I am 35, going to be 36.
35. Let me tell you this right now. My oldest son, he's 35.
Is it okay? Okay.
So you could be my son. Well, you're old enough to be my son.
Old enough.
I was going to say, you look younger than that, brother.
I get that. I get that a lot.
You're aging very well, sir.
Yeah. It is also the Asian too. I think we age well until a certain point, and then we kind of just ripening age.
I was fixed to ask. I was fixed to ask. Where are you originally from?
I am originally from Long Island, New York. So I've actually spent 30 years on the East Coast to Arizona. So
okay.
In Long Island, and then I actually went to college, actually right outside of Boston. So Jimmy's area in the New England winters.
He's familiar with New England winters. Is cruising a good way to get lucky? Gavin is asking.
Ooh, man! If we go back to some stories, I mean,
let's keep it rated G.
Family and friends.
It's early.
It's all how you look at it, Gavin. But yeah, definitely gotten lucky with weather, with ports, with other things. But yeah, cruising is definitely a real good way to get lucky.
John, if you're a good boy and you eat your broccoli, you'll grow up strong and you can go on cruises.
I hope I can grow.
Dodge the Badger is here. Good morning, Dodge. It's good to see you. Or I should say mid-morning to you. Is it mid-morning? Pre-afternoon? I don't know. It's like 11 something there.
Good morning, Dodge.
Good morning, Dodge. Dodge is from the UK. He lives in England.
That means they're 6 hours. I want to say 6 or 5 hours ahead.
I think it's after 11. It's probably like 11:18 right now.
Yeah.
So whatever that equates to, 5 hours or so. I'm just going through here. DJ family and friendly travel or friends and travelers here. Good morning, DJ. Law Jones is here. Good morning, Law.
Good morning, Law Jones.
You guys are staring at Kenny and Scott and myself.
Hello.
Staring. I don't know if you're staring or not. Hey. Anyway. Let's see. Ross is saying, great way to answer the question, Scott. Excellent diversion. Well, I got some stories to tell you here, but I better not. Sometimes what happens in Phoenix or what happens on the Jubilee stays on the Jubilee, right?
Right. That's right. Or the Carnival.
Sharon says it's 6:18 there in Georgia, which is the same time that Kenny and I are both at. And Scott is at, is it 4:19 there, right?
4:19.
4:19 in the morning. Loss says good morning to Shirley. I think we're all caught up. I saw Denise in here somewhere. Oh, here she is. Good morning, Denise. We love our nurses. Absolutely.
Yeah, bone tired travelers.
That's right. Joe Hupp says I have a Reckless Brewing Company pale ale here. No kidding. And good morning to you as well, Law. It's good to see you. Paul says, sorry, I fell asleep on you. It's all right, buddy. It's early.
I've done that too myself.
Kenny, you know what? That is true. Kenny and I will be doing a show like this, and we're talking, and I'm involved in something, and then I look over, and there's Kenny. It's true. Kenny, you slept through the whole one of my whole shows one time. You were there in the morning. And then I'm talking. Next thing I know, he just fell asleep and he slept through the whole thing. And we just left him there on the camera. I didn't shut him off. I'm like, well, maybe he'll wake up.
That's great.
He did. He slept through the whole thing. But those were the days, Kenny, when you were like the Energizer Bunny. That's kind of the nickname that you gave him, because Kenny would like stay up for 18, 20 hours at a time. He'll sleep for 2 and then wake up and do it all over again. I do my morning show, and then I'd be at work or whatever, and I'd look in, and Kenny's doing his show, or he's on somebody else's show, and that was all day. He'd be doing that. I'm like, when does this kid ever sleep?
I'd be watching different channels and supporting different channels, and because I'm not only into cruising, I'm also into RVing, food channels, Disney channels. I got a wide variety of different interests and things, and different channels that I follow. So, yeah.
Energizer Bunny.
He's the Energizer Bunny for
like John Gaylor said, I slept. I slept even on my own live stream.
That's right. You have, Kenny, and it wasn't intended. It wasn't intended to be a silent stream.
And I think that was one of my highest viewed live streams. I
have to go back and watch it. I have to find it.
Hey, what does that tell us, right? People want to watch people sleep. Maybe you're onto something, Kenny.
I think that thing reached 500, 600, 700 views.
Oh my gosh!
He was talking about silent video on Wednesday with Warmstrong about how silent video is on the rise, right?
Yeah, that's a big thing, and I did one silent video in the 4 years I've been doing this, and it was snow, so it was snowing out, and I turned the camera on, pointing outside, looking at the woods with the snow coming down, and I left it there for like 6 hours and just let it run. So somewhere in my catalog, you can find a video of it snowing.
You should do that again this year. That would be cool.
Yeah, could.
I want to see that again. That would be cool. I miss it.
So,
Well, not really.
Ross is asking, Jimmy or Scott, do you know the history behind the Edgewater Hotel in Seattle? I do not. I've never even heard of it.
I was just in Seattle too in the summer.
I'm intrigued now. Maybe a suitable time to stream may help with everyone. This is the only time I can do it really on a regularly scheduled basis. It's the only time that it can work for me. That's why I'm here so early. And look at you guys followed me in. Yeah. I've done a stream in the beginning where there was nobody in it, just me talking. Hey, how's it going? Scratching my head, reading my email. And then 4 years later, here we are, and I have some of the best people, some of the best people on YouTube follow me around on my channel, and it's awesome. Got a lot of good friends here. But anyway, enough with that.
You go to work right after this, right, Jimmy? Right after
I go to work right after this. So when we're done at 7, we all have a routine. So when I wake up in the morning, I take care of the dogs. They get fed. They go out. I make coffee. I light the fire this time of year, and then I come up and I take a shower and I get ready for the show. I prepare a note, name the notable, and I put some of the other websites up and get it ready to go. When I'm done at 7, right now half of me is in my uniform already. So if you here's my uniform pants and my boots. And when I'm done, I'll don my white shirt with my badge and everything on it, and then fix my lunch, make another cup of coffee, and I'm out the doors. I usually get out of here about 7:15, just about the time that Eddie Lugo's going on. Mm-hmm. And then I'll drive. I have a mobile data terminal, which is basically an iPad in my car because I have a work car.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have a little fire truck I get to drive home every day. But on my way to work, I'll tune into Eddie and just tell him, hey, I'm driving and listening, but I'm here, and I watch while I drive to work.
Yep.
And I get there around 7:30, quarter of 8, and work until 4.
Hey, we're on the same schedule, my friend, just a few hours back.
Yeah, so that's what my day consists of typically every weekday. But like you and I were talking last night, I may do an evening one on the weekend just to kind of mix it up, and then maybe draw in some people that don't get up this early. So
yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Depending on what time it is too. If you're looking for a co-host, let me know.
Always. And Kenny's my partner, so Kenny's got an invitation forever. So do you. Honestly, All right, so Ross is giving us the lowdown on the Edgewater. Edgewater Hotel is historic in the music world. In 1962, the Beatles stayed there and were brought in an ambulance to divert from the fans and the pictures of the Beatles fishing from a window. All right, now, I don't want to argue with you, but I want to bring up a point of order. Are you sure of the year? Because I don't think the Beatles came to the United States until 1964. Just saying. But that is interesting. I've never heard of the Edgewater Hotel, and I'm very intrigued about it.
We'll stay down.
Bringing them in an ambulance and stuff. How covert is that?
Right. Makes me think of like the new age, like Taylor Swift, where they put her in that cart and the people were pushing her up to her suite. I was
Right.
like,
yep. Like
"Geez, no,
really?
get out of
People will do anything. We don't get that kind of
here." No.
no. All right, so you guys want to let's do the weather. How's the weather where you're at, Scott? It's still cold.
Good question. What is the weather today? It's been cold the last 2 weeks. I have to say that. So right now in Phoenix, it is 48 degrees, which is still pretty cold for Phoenix.
That's cold for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
For us, 48 would be like a heat wave right now. It's currently 13 degrees here in New Hampshire. It's cloudy. There's a chance of snow today. The high is going to be 27 degrees. Tomorrow's going to be the cold day. The high is going to be 18. The low is going to be around 8 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, yeah.
That's tomorrow. It's supposed to be the coldest day of the year for us here in New England. Kenny, what's the weather like where you are?
Don't miss that.
32 degrees.
32. So
feels like 23. Feels like 23, and the high is only supposed to be 33 degrees with a low of 6 degrees with snow.
Kenny lives in North Carolina. I don't know if you know that, but it's typically mild winters there.
Well, see, I'm in the like the northern part end of North Carolina, where I'm like closer to the Tennessee borderline. Rome Mountain.
Kenny's in the higher elevations.
Yeah, higher elevation and stuff. And so, therefore, the higher up you are, the more snow, cold, and all that stuff you get. So, yeah. As a matter of fact, my transportation services are on a 2-hour delay this morning, and they said that they wouldn't be after me until possibly about 9:30 or so. Because I'm going to go see my dad again today. I went and saw him last night, or yesterday morning, actually. It was, I got there, I guess, about a little bit after 11 yesterday morning. Stayed till about 3:30. And they were telling me that, and I get that automated call system for a transportation service for the next day, and they first said that they'd be after me about 7:30 this morning, and I called them just to make sure what time they were going to come after me yesterday afternoon, because I didn't know what time they were going to come after me, and they said about 3:15, 3:30 maybe, whatever. And I asked them about the trip for today, and they said it'd be a little later than that because the person that does the scheduling, she put them on everybody on a tour. She put them on a tour delay. So I said, okay. I said, I understand, because they were expecting really bad snow. So
how far do you live away from your dad?
About 35, 40 minutes.
Okay.
Not too much further than where I was when I was in Spruce Pine, North Carolina. I was living with Scott and Amber, Kicking It Country and Kicking It Queen. If you see Kicking It Country, that's Scott. If you see Kicking It Queen, that's Amber in the chat. So, and so they when I was staying with them, I was only maybe about 10-15 minutes away.
Okay.
Hey, Carnival Cruise Addicts is here. They're not new to your channel, but they're new to mine. They're new friends of mine. In fact, let me get this right. Liz and Chris, I believe, they won an Astute Tourist shooter, shot glass, a keychain, and a sticker. And I'll be dropping that in the mail hopefully today, if not earliest will be tomorrow. But congratulations to Liz and Chris, and it's good to meet them. We connected last night after I did the live with Scott. So it's always good to have new friends. And I watched the first video I watched of theirs. They talked about whether the ins and outs or ups and downs about Faster to the Fun. And we use Faster to the Fun. Is it the greatest thing? No. Is it better than not having it? Yeah. Is it worth the money? I don't know. Depends on what. I mean, you can get on the board quicker. I know some people have complained that they didn't get their luggage as quickly as they say. We've never had a problem with that. On the booze cruise, Colleen and I got messed up and we weren't able to get our luggage to where it went. Next thing I know, we're on the escalator with our luggage going up to where you wait to get up the gangplank. And we had our luggage. And I'm like, well, we'll drop it off in our room. And when we got on board, the steward was in there and he's like, oh, your room's not ready. I'm like, we're not here to sleep. Can I just put my bags in? And he's like, yeah, of course. So we changed into our shorts and t-shirt and went up and had a drink. So I think the Faster to the Fun is if you want to get on and have less stress, I think it's worth it. Now that's just my opinion. So
yeah.
What's your experience with it, Scott?
So I have to admit, I haven't had to buy Faster to the Fun probably for 6-ish years. And I think even before that, I did not buy Faster to the Fun. But now I am Platinum. So basically, Platinum comes with the Faster.
Right. So yeah, you get all the perks by moving up the ladder. We've only been on 3, so I'm still red.
So you'll get there.
We're making our way up the colored ladder. Let's see, what time is it? Guys, want to do some history? We got a couple of things I want to fit in, so we're going to zoom through. You want to do this week in history?
Sure.
Kenny, you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Good morning, Chet from Sea Leg Journeys.
Good morning, Chet.
Oh yes,
Thanks for coming in. All right, let's go ahead, Kenny.
I was gonna say I saw somebody in the chat. I'd have to scroll up, but I didn't see them in the YouTube site, and I thought that was really weird. I didn't know if they actually
are they on Facebook, because I'm streaming to Facebook too.
That might be.
Could be.
I think it's the NDT show came in.
Well, I know the NDT show came in, but there was a channel.
Yeah, I see them there. It says, hi, everyone, NDT show. And I think they're new. They're new to my channel.
Feeding Frenzy 91.
Oh, Feeding Frenzy. Yeah.
Well, welcome in, Feeding Frenzy. Thanks for coming in.
The Bahamas.
I seen them on the StreamYard side, but I did not see them on the YouTube side.
Gotcha.
Would have came in from Facebook, yeah. The
Gotcha.
Feeding Frenzy would have came in from Facebook. A friend from the Bahamas. That's
right on. Well, we're gone international. Well, we've done that anyway. But welcome in from the Bahamas. I love your islands. All right, let's do this. This week in history. Alrighty, This Week in History is brought to you by Revive Furniture and Home Decor. You can check them out at revivefurnitureandhomedecor.com. And remember their tagline, we make decorating easy. All right, we're going to turn the hands of the Wayback Machine all the way back on this day of January 19th. On this day, in 1807, Confederate General Robert E. Lee was born in Stratford, Virginia. I am a big fan of that general. In In 1809, Edgar Allan Poe. Do you know him, Kenny?
I've heard of him. Yes.
Yeah, he was a writer and a poet. An American short story writer, poet, critic, and editor, famous for his cultivation of mystery and the macabre, was born. Edgar Allan Poe. He wrote things like The Raven, Nevermore, and all kinds of creepy stories about a guy bricking another guy up into the wall and all kinds of just really bizarre stuff. I would say he was like the Stephen King of our time. In 1825, Ezra Daggett and Thomas Kensett obtained a patent for a preservation process used to store food in tin cans, which is kind of cool. And then a bunch of, I think, North Pole explorers, I forget which group it was, but they all got lead poison because they sealed the tin cans up with lead back then.
Well,
there you go. In 1853, Giuseppe Verdi's opera Il Trovatore premiered in Rome. I've never heard of that. Not Italian, though. So, in 1883, in the North Sea, the German steamer Cimbria collided with the British steamer Sultan and sank, killing 340 people. In 1943, American singer Janis Joplin, who was known for her fierce and uninhibited music style, was born. Another star that burned out too early. In 1946, American country music singer, guitarist, and actress, Kenny, you know who this is, Dolly Parton,
Yes.
who was best known for pioneering the interface between country and pop music styles, was born. I've been to Tennessee and her birthplace, and I've been to Dollywood and all that fun stuff.
I've been to Dollywood, I'd say at least 3 or 4 times, at least, maybe even more.
That's a good amusement park, isn't it, Kenny? It's fun.
It is. I've
you ever
actually
been there, Scott?
I have not. No.
Pigeon Forge, right, Kenny?
That's it's Pigeon Forge and also Gatlinburg.
Gatlinburg, right?
Okay.
There's 2 separate towns, I guess you call
it. Yeah, towns.
But I can't remember. I can't remember which side. One side's got Dollywood, and the other side's got
Pigeon Forge.
Hang on a second. I'm trying to think.
In Gatlinburg, you're talking about? Where all the museums and the stuff are. It's almost like going to the boardwalk of a beach, but in the mountains. Yeah. It's pretty cool. In 1955. Oh, sorry, Kenny. I didn't mean to step on you.
I didn't mean to step on you either. But I know there's a channel that I follow. She used to be called Joy Blessed Life.
Yeah.
It's Smoky Mountain Blessed. And she does a lot of videos from that area. So
that's a lovely area. If you ever get a chance to go there, Scott, you should check it out. Tennessee is a beautiful state. And that eastern side of it, right along the Smoky Mountains and the Blue Ridge, boy, is that just real pretty there. It's nice. Kind of reminds me of here. Kind of reminds me of New Hampshire in a way. All right, let's continue on with history. In 1955, U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower held the first ever televised presidential press conference. And we talked about him yesterday. He warned about us buying into the military-industrial complex, which nobody heeded the warning. In 1977, U.S. President Gerald Ford pardoned Iva Toguri D'Aquino, Tokyo Rose, Japanese-American broadcaster from Japan, to U.S. troops during World War II, who, after the war, was convicted of treason and served 6 years in U.S. prison. Mitigating information later raised questions about her guilt. In the year 2000, Austrian-born actress Hedy Lamarr, who was often typecast as a provocative femme fatale and later achieved recognition as a noted inventor of a radio communications device, died in Florida. Yeah, I think she was like a spy or something during World War II. In 2012, the popular file-sharing computer service Mega Upload was shut down by the U.S. government after several people associated with the site, including founder Kim Dotcom, whose real name is Kim Schmitz, was charged with violating anti-piracy laws. And then in the year 2013, American baseball player Stan Musial was one of the game's greatest hitters. He died at the age of 92. Notable birthdays, as we said, Robert E. Lee and Edgar Allan Poe. Sophie Topper-Arp, a Swiss-French artist, was born. Janis Joplin, we mentioned her, and Dolly Parton. And Paul Cézanne, the French artist, was born on this day in 1839. The featured event for today, in 1966, rule in India transferred to Indira Gandhi. Following the sudden death of Indian Premier Lal Bahadur Shastri 8 days earlier, Indira Gandhi became Prime Minister of India on this day in 1966, assuming the office first held by her father, Jawaharlal Nehru. And that's a banana I'll never get back. I couldn't say that correctly, but there you go. That's going to do history for today. Not a very exciting history day today, but history just the same. This Week in History. And like we mentioned in the beginning, we are sponsored by Revive Furniture and HomeDecor.com. Check them out on their Shopify store. You may even catch the ladies live from Georgia. They went live yesterday. They went live, I think, the day before. They are currently in Atlanta, Georgia, and they are on a shopping trip. It's a buying trip. Shopping and buying, even though you do the same action, they're buying for the company and not for them. Well, hopefully not for themselves. I'll find out when Colin gets home Saturday afternoon. But for the most part, they're buying product for the store so that they can outfit the store for this year. So there you have it.
Store too. Every time you show it on, you play the video, it looks like a beautiful store. It really does.
They did a really good job with it. My brother and sister-in-law, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. It's actually Colleen's sister.
Okay.
And they bought this building a couple of years ago, and they totally renovated it. And when you go inside, it's almost like a big barn in there, post and beam, and a mezzanine, and a big stone fireplace. It's beautiful. They did a really, really, really good job. And of course, it's decorated with all their decor and stuff. And my brother-in-law he's a craftsman. So if you've seen any of the videos I did on the Old North Church, the crypt videos, that's Richard, and he's the co-owner of that business. So
okay, got it.
So there you go. That's the short for Revive Furniture. All right, let's see. I just want to make sure that we didn't miss anybody.
I want to make mention to James Catnese. He just come in, and he's actually requesting prayer for his wife Cindy and her uncle and her aunt. That's not looking too good.
Kenny, would you mind doing the prayer?
No, I don't mind.
Please do.
Lord, we ask you, Lord, to touch this request. Lord, touch James, his wife, and his uncle, his wife's uncle, and his wife's aunt. Lord, we ask you, Lord, you know the situation, Lord. And Lord, we ask you, Lord, to touch each and every one in the YouTube community that may be struggling due to sickness or whatever it may be, Lord. Touch each and every one, Lord. And we ask you, Lord, to watch over all those, Lord, that are in this cold, Lord, and weather, and comfort them and help keep each and every one safe and warm. And watch over all those, Lord, that are traveling, that have to travel in this weather, Lord. Protect them, Lord. And we ask it all these things in the precious name of Jesus Christ we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Kenny. And yeah, James and Cindy, we're going to be sending out positive mental thoughts and prayers to you guys. James has been a good friend of all of ours for a long time, and he was him and Cindy were picked second. Kenny was the first recipient of the Helping Hands for Cruising honor, and James and Cindy were the second recipients of it. So James and Cindy have been part of our family. So pray for them, and we're sending out positive thoughts to you guys. And thank you, James, for coming in. So
I also want to make mention, speaking of prayers, that new channel that I was telling y'all about, Traveling on Adventures, Earl and Terry.
yeah.
I've been seeing posts throughout the YouTube and even on Facebook that they had to rush Terry, Earl's wife, to the hospital in California. And as you know, that Earl and Terry are camping with next to Roy and Becky out there in Quartzsite, Arizona, and and something happened to Terry. She had really sharp pains, and they had to rush her to the hospital. And I've been seeing posts that they had to put I think a pig line in her chest.
Damn.
And that was at one hospital. Now they've got to transfer her to another hospital in California. It's even further than the one they just went to put her in ICU. And
man.
I see and I've been seeing where if anybody feels the need, they've been posting their PayPal link, I guess, to help pay for these expenses and things. And I've been seeing where Roy and Becky had posted it on their community tab. Misha Lee posted it on her community tab, and some others. And so I just want to mention that out there. So please,
if anybody has the link and you want to put that in the chat, please do. And help spread the word.
Yes.
That's another thing we'll be sending out our thoughts and prayers for Terry and them too, because that sounds horrific.
Yeah, and I was I was supposed to do my first live stream, my connecting where I linked up with Mel Nettie, Living Free Zip Codeless, and Roy and Becky, and Terry and Earl from Traveling on Adventures. We all linked their channels up together. And I was supposed to do the live stream. It's supposed to do live stream with them, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do the live stream tonight or not. Since that happened, you know what I mean?
I do, Kenny. Like I said, if anybody wants to find the link, or Kenny, if you want to, go ahead and post that link in there. All right. The serious stuff, we got that out of the way. All right, let's play a game. Guys, ready? We got to do this. We're here for Name That Notable. Let's do it. Guys, ready? Let's go. Man, the ending part of that goes on forever. Like, man. Welcome to America's favorite game show, Name That Notable. It's the game where we post a picture of a famous or notable person, and you have to guess who it is for virtual cash and prizes. Are you guys ready for this? Kenny, are you ready?
Yes.
We're going to put up the first picture. Scott, you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
And you guys can guess too. And for those of you that are playing at home, playing our home game, guess in the chat, okay? Here we go. Name the first notable. Who is this person? Who is this person right here?
I know who it is.
Do you know, Kenny?
Nope. I'm at a nope.
Kenny doesn't know. Thank you,
Billy
Doug, for
Ray.
that. Yeah. Remember the Hilly hit the like button. What'd you say, Scott?
It's Billy Ray Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus. That's her dad, right? Let's see. All right. So Liz and Chris, I'm not sure which one it is, but they're saying Miley Cyrus. Denise says Miley Cyrus. Joe Hupp says Miley Cyrus, daughter of Billy Ray Cyrus.
They
My
look very
achy breaky heart. Wasn't she not Carmen Sandiego? What was she? Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana. Yep.
She John. Oh, she has some clothes on. Yeah. She's one of those free spirit girls that barely wears clothes. George says Miley Cyrus, achy breaky heart girl. That's right. Hannah Montana. All right, you guys got it right. Everybody got it right. Dolly is her godmother. I didn't know that. How cool. Wish Dolly was my godmother. I love Dolly Parton. She's awesome. All right, so there you go. If you did say Miley Cyrus, you are in fact correct. Everybody gets 10,000 points. And for your chance at the big prize, which is you get to go to work today. That's the big prize. So, all right, you ready for the next one? Kenny, you ready?
Sure.
I'm blocking Kenny's face here. Hold on. There we go. There's Kenny. All right, you ready? Name that notable. Who's this guy? I have a feeling Kenny does not know who this is. Scott, you look perplexed.
Al Pacino.
That's actually a good guess, but no. So this guy he's an actor, old-time actor, actually. He was Zorba the Greek. He was, oh God, he was in just a ton of movies. I can't think of any right now.
I was going to say that looks like Claude Akins.
Nope, not Claude Akins. It's a good answer. It is not, in fact, Marlon Brando.
Because I remember Claude Akins from Moving On, that Western TV show called Moving On.
Did you ever see the what was the movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger was in and had the kid in it, and he was like the kid ended up in the movie? I want to say like Greatest American Hero or something. That's not what it's called, but this guy Anthony Quinn played the mob guy. He usually plays a bunch of bad guys, but this is in fact Anthony Quinn. So for those of you that didn't know who he was, which it looks like everybody had no idea, you recognize him, but you didn't know the name. But this is Anthony Quinn, a great actor. I believe he passed away a few years ago. So, all right. You guys did it anyway. That's right. Dodge says, I know him. That's him. It was not Marlon Brando, but in fact, Anthony Quinn. All right, let's move on because we are pressed for time. Let's go to the next one. Name this notable. You got to get that one. This guy's a contemporary actor. He's a funny guy. He starred in many movies.
I know. Yes.
You know, Scott, you know who it is?
The name, I couldn't, the name was on the tip of my tongue, but now I got
let's see, I'm not going to name all his movies, but I seen one with him in The Rock, and they were like adventures, going to islands and hunting treasure and stuff. And he was also in another one where he's a video game character and he can't die and all that. And again, I'm not good with names, but that's the guy. Mom says, okay, kids, come on.
Okay.
All right, Mom, we're doing it. Denise says Ryan. That's right. And Joe Hupp says the
Mint Mobile guy.
Says the Mint Mobile guy. That's right. It's true. Yep. Ryan Reynolds is in fact who this is. Deadpool. That's right. He was Deadpool. Thanks for the hint. Denise, says Joe, and Ryan Reynolds. So that is, in fact, Ryan Reynolds. He is a funny guy, man. Good actor, too. All right, let's move on. We got 3 more to go. Get ready to name this notable. Oh, wow. Who's that guy? Today's his birthday.
Saw him on the $3 bill.
He's on the $3 bill. Think back to whose birthday we mentioned. I said he's one of my favorite generals.
I was going to say that's not Ulysses S. Grant.
No, Kenny. Who was the other general during the Civil War? So Ulysses S. Grant was for the northern side. This is the southern side. And what is it, Denise? The War of Northern Aggression, better known as the Civil War. Anybody? There you go, Dodge. He doesn't even live in. Not Bruce Lee.
The Bruce Lee.
You got Lee right, but it's not Bruce Lee. I was going to say he doesn't even live in this country. He knows who it is, but it's not Bruce Lee. It's in fact Bobby Lee, Robert E. Lee.
Bruce.
The Postmaster General law says the General Car Insurance mascot. Those are good. It is, in fact, General Robert E. Lee, and one of the greatest military minds that this country's ever had. Don't be fooled by picking sides, because this guy was, in fact, a genius. He's a great man. So Mom got it right. Robert E. Lee is correct. All right, guys, good job. We got a couple more, so get ready. Let's name this notable. Who is this person? She's the Activia yogurt lady, so she can have regular poops. Scott, you're right in there, buddy. You got it. You got it. One of the early Scream Queens, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Jamie Lee Curtis. Denise got it. Scott got it. Liz got it. Bernays here. Good morning, Bernay. If I didn't see you come in earlier, I apologize. But good morning to you, my friend. Actress Jamie Lee Curtis. Everybody's got it. And Denise says Activia. Have you seen the there's an SNL skit where they do her? Like it's a commercial where she's like, oh yeah, I eat this, and then all of a sudden it goes to work and she's gotta run and use the potty. It's pretty funny. Can't think of the actress's name. I'm doing terrible with my memory this morning, but I did not sleep with the CPAP. That was the problem. I see the Lee connection, right? See what I did there? Robert E. Lee, Jamie Lee Curtis. The skit is a hoot, right? What's her name? Denise, the comedian that played her. I'm drawing a blank. True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Dance for me. She's trying to dance. She's all awkward. Good movie. Anyway, let's move on. Denise. Yeah, so she could poop. All right, ready? Get ready to name this next notable. Kenny, are you sleeping?
No, I'm not sleeping.
All right, who is this guy? This guy's one of the funniest guys going right now. He was Elf. He was Ricky Bobby.
One of the stepbrothers.
Paul, the poop lady. Yes. That was her, the poop lady. Brene comes crashing in with Will. Liz, Will Ferrell. Denise says Will Ferrell. John says Will. Dodge says Will. Everybody got Will Ferrell. One of the funniest dudes on the planet right now. This guy is funny. Step Brothers. Have you seen that, Scott?
Oh, love that.
Right?
Do karate in the garage?
Oh
yeah.
The freaking Catalina wine mixer. So good. Boats and Hose.
Boats and Hose.
So funny. All right, we got one more to go. Name this notable. Who is this pretty young lady with the red hair? I'm partial to gingers. Sorry. I married one.
I can tell you who she played.
She was in American Pie.
Two different color hairs and the bat with the Oh.
Wasn't she in American Pie, right?
Oh, and American Pie. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I've actually watched that movie, American Pie.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's who it is. Yep.
All right, let's see. Oh, Liz is in here. She says Emma Stone with a question mark. Your question mark is correct. It is Emma Stone. In fact, you, Joe, and you and Denise got it. Law says, my chat is futuristic. People are answering the question long before the photo is up. And yes, my chat is up to date. Anybody else having that problem?
Is that little live button red in the bottom left-hand corner too? Sometimes it can get away from you.
Yeah, you'll have
Your
to
chat
look at
will
that.
be up to date, but the video won't.
Yeah, you'll have to pull that red line over. All right. I think that's it. Yep, that is it. That has been today's edition of Name That Notable. And of course, I had to shut that off. It's the longest ending in game show history.
I know that last
music.
notable. That's Jimmy from the Astute Tourist.
Hey, here I am. Name this notable. Looks like we lost Kenny. What happened? Kenny, where'd you go?
I just accidentally knocked myself off.
Oh, goodness me, Kenny. Oh my gosh, look at the time. It's 7:03. We got to get out of here. Well, let's do this. I guess we'll have to do it some sort of quickly. I want to thank my co-host. First of all, I want to thank my partner, Kenneth, aka the Ford Man.
4 days in a row.
4 days in a row, Kenny. You never know. I may go live this weekend. I don't know. We're going to try to work on Scott and I were talking about me going live some afternoon that way. The folks that are sleeping in the morning can maybe get to see us. So, Scott, I want to thank you. Thank you for inviting me up last night and coming on board with us this morning. Any morning that you feel that you want to come up, you have a blanket invite, my friend. You're always welcome to come up on the Cup of Joe show. Don't forget PMA, Positive Mental Attitude. PMA will definitely save your day. And don't forget we're sending out our thoughts and prayers for James and his family, and for Terry, who's in ICU. So
yeah,
all our prayers are going out to them. So
I actually tried to share that from Roy and Becky's community tab, but it only went to my community tab on the Ford Man channel. So
Kenny, if you send that to me on Facebook Messenger, the link, and I'll post it on my community as well. Send that out and we'll post it, and then, or I'll go to your community page and copy it. Either way, we can do it that way. So,
and even if you want to post your community or your link in here, Kenny, and people can go right to your community page and click over to them.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to share that. I'm actually going to share it on my Daily Dose of the Bible channel as well.
Perfect. Okay, let's make a difference in somebody's day. All you have to do is make eye contact with somebody and smile. We never know what their day is like and what's happening in their life. It's not always roses and unicorns in somebody's life. Sometimes, we all have some downtime, and all you have to do is smile at somebody. You can change their outlook for the day. So it's important. Shake their hand if you're so inclined, and they are. You can give them a hug. If you see a first responder today, the men and ladies of the fire department, the police department, our EMS and healthcare workers, thank them for what they do. These people are out there working hard, selflessly, keeping us safe, protecting our towns and our cities, and keeping us healthy. And especially our nurses. I always mention our nurses at the end of this because they really are. They're the hardest working people in the business. So they make the doctors look really good. And they don't ask for a lot. So nurses are the best. And last but not least, our veterans. My hat goes off every day. And a big thank you and a heartfelt thank you to our veterans, the men and ladies of the armed services. They're out there every day on that proverbial wall, protecting us and keeping us safe from harm, protecting our liberties and freedoms, and protecting that right there. that big, beautiful red, white, and blue flag. You guys know I love my flag. I love our veterans. God bless America, and God bless us all. And thank God we have our liberties and freedoms. We could lose them very, very easily. So always keep that in your head. All right, that's it. That's a mouthful. Thank you, guys. It is Friday. You never know. You might see me around the channels here over the weekend. But I want to thank Kenny and Scott again for coming in. I love you guys. I appreciate you so much. And that goes for all of you in the chat. You know how much I care for you guys. And like I always say, it'd be awful boring stream without people coming in and hanging out with us. Best audience in the business. I'm telling you, you're tuned to the best morning show on YouTube, and I have the best audience in the business. So I'll go to my grave saying that. So God bless all of you guys. If the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, we'll be back tomorrow. Well, no, we'll be back Monday morning to do it all over again. But I want to wish everybody peace and love, especially to Scott and Kenny. Peace and love to you guys. And have a good day. I hope you guys have a good day and a good weekend. I will see you guys somewhere. We'll see you around somewhere this weekend. I'm excited for my wife to come home tomorrow. Can't wait to see her. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. And again, have a great weekend. My name is Jimmy. That man over there is Scott from Controversial Cruising. And that man down there is the Ford man, a.k.a. Kenneth Oakes.
Yes.
Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.